Dan, so we've just sat through a really interesting discussion of how geopolitics is changing all around the world, not just in the role of the US and the UK, but new factors in like Russia and China. What is your biggest takeaway from this afternoon's discussions?
My biggest takeaway is I have no idea what's going to happen in the future, because it's not just the unpredictability of Trump. It's what are the intentions of Russia? What are the intentions of China? Sort of made me glad that I work on fiscal policy, which I used to think was the depressing area to work on. But fiscal foreign policy is those people deserve the money they earn.
And I'm guessing finance, the sector, business, everything like that is also very closely linked to whatever happens economically and, politically across the world. What is it that people who work in these sectors can look ahead towards to be prepared for whatever it is that's coming?
Well, of course, every investor wants to earn a decent return, and every investor, or at least most investors, get very nervous about political uncertainty. And if you're thinking about what's the future of China, what's the future of Russia, not to mention the economic stability and outlook for the BRICS countries and things like that, that's one of the reasons why we had a very good closing comment by Dr. Christopher Smart about, if you're investing money for 25 years, where do you want it to be? And I think a lot of people probably thought, well, maybe the old standbys of Western Europe and North America are still the safest places to put your money.
Does that close doors on new emerging markets, though, that could be overlooked by the big political ruckus that's coming out of the big countries in the West?
I don't think the emerging markets will suffer from a lack of investment, assuming that they can demonstrate some sensible policy, they can improve their track records on the rule of law, because, of course, investors only want to put money in places where they can actually get their profits out of. So I think the emerging market countries have a lot of responsibility on themselves to demonstrate that they're going to copy more the Hong Kong, Singapore model of free market, small government, and economic growth. That will attract a lot of money from around the world, which will then feed back in creating better living standards for people that have aspirations to join the developed world.
How helpful are these kinds of events that bring together the finance sector, investing sector, and NGOs and UN types to bring the synergy together of investing in places where this can foster wealth and growth?
I think this conference is very useful for the people who are attending it. The challenge is we need to scale it up so there's much more of this interaction all around the world so that people have a better understanding. I think the people at this conference have a lot better sense of what the U.S. is now going through than people who aren't here.